Tech giants are currently caught in a strange market tug-of-war. On one side, they are posting solid earnings. On the other, investors are growing anxious about the billions of dollars flowing into capital expenditures for new AI infrastructure. This creates a massive tension in the boardroom. Why would the world's most profitable companies willingly suppress their short-term profits and risk stock pullbacks just to build independent AI servers and data centers? These companies are pouring capital into private infrastructure to escape a plug-and-play AI model that they now view as a direct threat to their long-term survival. Right now, the standard corporate AI strategy is essentially renting brainpower. A business pays per query or per token to access a powerful centralized intelligence known as a frontier lab. OpenAI is the primary example of this centralized power, currently dominating the enterprise market through its API services. But industry leaders are identifying a massive flaw in this arrangement, a concept they call token maxing. When a company pays for access to these frontier models, they must feed their proprietary data, customer behaviors, and internal logic into a third-party machine just to get an answer. Under this model, a standard corporate server pipes raw, highly valuable data outward into a black box AI model owned by a third party. As the centralized model absorbs this information, it learns. The enterprise's unique insights are converted into alpha, the competitive advantage that makes a business valuable. Except now, the AI lab owns that advantage. By outsourcing their intelligence to these closed models, American businesses are inadvertently surrendering their intellectual property. They are paying for the privilege of hollowing themselves out. This extraction of value has triggered a massive corporate pushback. A coalition of tech heavyweights, including Microsoft, Cisco, and Palantir, have recently formed alliances to build open, secure AI architectures that businesses actually control. Chipmakers provide the foundational layer of this new tech stack, supplying the physical hardware required to run these systems locally. The solution to this problem is sovereign AI. Instead of sending sensitive prompts to a closed lab in the cloud, businesses utilize open-weight models that they can download, train, and run entirely in-house. This architecture begins with owned compute, large GPU clusters. An open-weight model sits on top, detached from the public internet. The final application layer completes the stack, acting as a secure shield that ensures localized data stays safely inside without leaking. Owning this complete stack is the only way a company, or a government, can harness top-tier AI performance without surrendering their core IP to a frontier lab. These stakes extend far beyond the boardroom. The U.S. military faces the exact same data leakage vulnerabilities if it relies on commercial, third-party AI models for sensitive operations. Defense contractors argue that sovereign AI is an absolute requirement for military dominance, particularly when deploying classified AI systems to the front lines. However, over-regulating this new architecture creates its own risks. The European model serves as a cautionary tale of how rigid regulation can stifle local innovation and effectively shut domestic companies out of the market. While the West debates these rules, foreign rivals are aggressively deploying their own highly capable open-weight models, using them to rapidly close the performance gap with American systems. This creates a dangerous imbalance. If the U.S. restricts its domestic tech, while foreign competitors operate freely in the open market, American firms are placed at a severe structural disadvantage. Winning this race requires a middle path, a framework that is exact enough to ensure safety, but flexible enough to let American companies compete. By leveraging high-performance local hardware and open models, the U.S. can prioritize national security without mirroring the regulatory stagnation seen abroad. Returning to the macroeconomic view, the market's current tug-of-war is actually a transition towards this new era of data sovereignty. Tech giants are pouring billions into these fortifications to defend against cyber threats and prevent the systematic extraction of their intellectual property. As a result, companies are narrowing down their software vendors, seeking out trusted allies capable of providing bundled, secure application layers to protect their data. The AI as a service model, relying purely on external black boxes, is fracturing as enterprises demand absolute control over their intelligence. We are entering the era of AI sovereignty, where localized control is prioritized over simply having access to the smartest chatbot. The ultimate winners of the AI revolution will not be the labs that build the models, but the corporations and nations that successfully integrate AI while maintaining absolute, sovereign control over their digital infrastructure.